let's go back to Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4.
God,
Right.
Revelation chapter 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Done. Okay? Done. So now, let's break it down. Okay? So for that, let's jump here to the book, the same book, but let's jump to chapter 12 and verse 1. Okay? Let's understand what that's speaking about. Okay?
Revelation 12 and 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
God. All right. The sun and the moon represent wisdom and understanding. All right. And that woman represents the nation of Israel, according to the book of Jeremiah 6 and 2. Okay. Having power over wisdom and understanding. All right. That's the blessing. All right. And the 12 stars represents the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
God.
Okay. All right. Let's read on verse 2.
Verse 2. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered.
God. All right. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai, because our people was already in hard bondage under the Greeks and Romans. Okay. And Herod was an extension of the Roman Empire. All right. And this is speaking about the time when Herod put out the order for all the young males to be killed. All right. And that's during the time when Yahweh Shai was a baby. Okay, so this proves who that red horse is again, and who that red dragon is, which that's the red horse going back to Genesis 25 and 25, when the first came out of red.
God.
Okay, which is letting you know that this is speaking about Esau, Edom.
Exactly.
Okay? All right, so if you have any precepts, you got bring them out as well.
God.
All right. Let's read on.
Verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads.
Done. All right, so your red dragon and your red horse is one and the same. 7 heads represent the EU, which is the European Union. Shalatia. The 7 heads are the Greeks, the Romans, Eastern and Western Germania, Spain, and the British. Okay, that's the 7 heads. Okay, 7 crowns. All right, and the 10 horns represent the EU and the nation, and then nations under them. Okay. Read.
Verse 4. And his tail threw the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
God. All right. The 3rd part of the stars of heaven represent what? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
God.
All right, that God cast to the earth. Okay? And the 12 tribes, they was already on this side of the world, according to the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 13. Okay? So that represents the Romans taking Judah, Benjamin, and Levi into captivity. Okay? So when you hear them speak about the Jews in the New Testament, well, the word Jew go back to Judah, but they couldn't tell the difference, so they they call Judah, Benjamin, and Levi Jews. They lump them all together. Okay? Okay? So it says, and the tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, but to devour a child as soon as she was born. All right, not speaking about the Roman Empire, you know, Herod giving the order to kill Yahushua when he was baby. Okay?
Exactly.
But read on. Verse 5.
Verse 5. And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up unto the Most High, and to his throne.
All right, and the nation of Israel was getting ready to birth a man child, Yahushua. That man child is Yahushua. And when Yahushua died, he went up on the right hand side of the Okay, that's what it's talking about. All right, she brought forth a man child, which is Yahushua, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. Okay, that goes back to the book of Psalms, chapter 2 and 8, and Revelation 22, 2 and 27, 28. Okay, and her child was caught up unto the Most High, unto his throne, where he sit on the right hand side of the Most High, Yahweh. Acts chapter 7, I think, verse 55. Tell you that. Okay?
Yeah.
Read on verse 6.
Alright. Verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of the Most High, that they should feed her there 1,260 days.
Done. They're not speaking about the time period of 66 to 70 AD, when our people fled into the northern western coast of Africa. All right, that's the wilderness that is talking about. And the place that which was prepared is speaking about this side of the world, the Americas. All right,
Western.
And that's where serve bondage.
Done.
Okay? Because remember the prophecy go back to Deuteronomy 28?
28 and 68.
Okay? Done. So that place prepared is to the Americans. Slavery. Okay? So now from there, let's jump to Revelation 13. Let's jump to Revelation 13 and verse 1. All right?
This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 1. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his head, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy.
Done. All right. And this is Rome giving power to the beast, which is NATO. All right. And that's how you find out who this beast is. You see what I said? This beast is speaking about NATO. All right. Let's read on.
And the beast which I saw, verse 2. Revelation 12 and 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority.
Done. All right. So now check this. That leopard represents Alexander. The bear represents the Russian. The lion represents the British. And the dragon give NATO their power. Now we already established who this dragon is. The dragon is Esau Edom.
Done.
Exactly. All right. So they gave NATO their power, all right? And the Roman Empire gave NATO their power. Because why? The Roman Empire, this is the last leg of the Roman Empire coming back again. All right? And this is all history, man. Okay? This is all history. Plain, simple. All right? Now the next voice is going to break that down. All right? Voice 3.
Voice 3.
Revelation 13 and 3.
Revelation 13 and 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
God, his deadly wound was healed. Why? Because this the same Roman, this the last leg of the Roman Empire that gave NATO its power. Okay?
God.
All right, so that's how you know this is talking about the Roman Empire, because they get taken down, all right, and then they rise back up after 1,000 years. All right, that's where you get the Renaissance period from.
The Renaissance,
that's where you get rebirth. Okay? That's how you know that this Bible is true.
God.
See what I said? People talking about this Bible that altered and all that, talking shit. They don't know the scriptures, they don't know prophecies.
No.
Okay, Revelation 19 and 10 tell us that the spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. And what do? We prophesy it and break it down and make it plain upon the tables.
God.
Okay? That plain, that simple. All right? Now, from there, let's go back to the book of Revelation chapter 6. And we're going to pick it up at verse 5. All right?
Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balance in his hand.
Time. All right, and if you look up that word balance, people will think that that's the Hebrew word mazan, which means to balance something. But right here, the word balance means yokes. Okay, when you look it up, it means yokes, like yokes of iron, like putting things together. All right, so the black horse that this talking about right here represents the nation of Israel going into slavery after the Roman Empire. Okay, so this is a big thing. That's why we look up words. Okay, so now with the understanding of this word balance, and we know that the word balance means yokes. Okay, proceed that to substantiate this. Okay, so let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48 for to prove this point, to substantiate it. Okay, Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve the enemies which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until he have destroyed thee.
Done. So we gotta go to the so-called white man for everything. Alright? So that's what it's talking about. The yokes of iron that was put on our necks. Them balances that is spoken about in the book of Revelation chapter 6 and 5. Okay?
Done.
Alright? So it's talking about this time, people. You see what I said? That's got to put it together.
Done.
Alright? That's got to put it